Hello, I'm John Stevens. Welcome to lesson number 1 in our astrological learning series. In this lesson, we're going to learn the rationale behind astrology that makes the whole system work. As a teacher, I found that once a student gets a grasp of astrology at its most fundamental level, then everything else falls into place. Here is a representation of our solar system that is familiar to most of us. You will notice that all the planets revolve around the Sun in the same direction. That is, they all move from left to right when passing in front of the Sun, and from right to left when traveling behind it. The reason for this goes back to the origins of our solar system. Each star system starts out as a swirling mass of gases and dust particles, which eventually coalesce into a central Sun, several planets with their moons, and various other orbiting bodies such as comets and asteroids. The direction of orbit is the same for all bodies within a system because they all come from the same original rotating mass. Even our own moon follows the same direction of orbit as the other planets. Now, if we were to take this view of our solar system and turn it up on end, so to speak, we would place ourselves at a vantage point above the solar system looking down at the north poles of all the planets. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will confine ourselves to the 4 planets closest to the Sun. From this vantage point, you can begin to see where astrologers got the idea of an astrological chart wheel. A chart wheel is, in fact, a snapshot of our solar system taken at a precise moment in time. Over the millennia, astrologers have developed a system whereby the heavens are divided into 12 equal segments known as astrological signs. The name of the astrological sign corresponds to the predominant constellation that is located in each of the segments. We know these signs as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It is easy to see that each of the planets at any given moment occupies one of the signs of the zodiac. In our example, for instance, Mercury is in the sign Gemini, Mars is in Libra, and Venus is on the borderline between Capricorn and Aquarius. This type of chart is called a heliocentric or sun-centered chart. While it is used by astrologers for some things, it is not the type of chart normally used in personal horoscopes. For individual chart interpretation, astrologers use a geocentric or earth-centered chart. The modification for a geocentric chart is to simply put the Earth at the center of the chart wheel. This practice is based on the belief that if you want to examine a person, place, or thing, it must become the center point for all available influences. You can see that in a geocentric chart, all of the planets and the Sun appear to revolve around the Earth. In this system, the Sun is no longer at the center, but actually is put in a position where it occupies a zodiac sign just like the other planets. So in our example, both the Moon and Venus are in the sign Leo. The Sun is in Virgo, Mercury is in the sign Libra, and Mars is just entering into the sign Aquarius. So when you hear someone say, "My sun sign is Libra," or "My moon is in Gemini," it is this geocentric point of view to which they are referring. The geocentric or earth-centered chart is the chart widely used by astrologers in personal horoscopes and chart consultations. By placing the Earth at the center of the chart, astrologers can accurately assess what influences an individual might be experiencing. In the next lesson, we will show how astrologers make an even further modification by taking into account a person's geographic location on the Earth. I'm John Stevens, and thanks for watching.
Are you ready for the data revolution?
Running's the best way to lose weight, right? That's actually wrong. It's actually the Hey guys, welcome back to Lavender. So I'm continuing the series of fun tools for self-discovery on my channel. So if you missed the first video, I talked about
in our astrology. Hello, I'm John Stevens, and welcome to lesson number 2 in our astrological learning series. In lesson number 1, we learned how an astrological chart is actually a representation of our solar system at any given moment in time, and also how the Earth is placed at the center of the chart. Now we're going to learn about houses and how they add to a chart's overall meaning. Houses act as a framework which help define the individual nature of each chart. Houses in our astrological learning series. In lesson number 1, we learned how an astrological chart is actually a representation of our solar system at any given moment in time, and also how the Earth is placed at the center of the chart. Now we're going to learn about houses and how they add to a chart's overall meaning. Houses act as a framework which help define the individual nature of each chart. Houses are vital to chart analysis, contributing about 50% to a chart's meaning.
In this view of the heavens, we are looking down at the north pole of the Earth as it rotates within the context of the zodiac signs. You can see that the zodiac signs constitute a relatively fixed backdrop through which all orbiting bodies move. Early astrologers recognized that a person's geographic location on the Earth must be taken into account. To do this, they devised a system of houses. According to the house system, the point in the heavens directly above an individual is known as the midheaven, indicated by the letters MC from the Latin medium caeli, meaning middle of the heavens. The point at the eastern horizon is called the ascendant, because it is the point which is rising or ascending from the horizon as the Earth turns. From these 2 points are extrapolated the rest of the houses, numbering 1 through 12. Just as there are 12 zodiac signs, there are also 12 houses. The meanings contained in the houses are very similar to those contained in the zodiac signs. The first zodiac sign, Aries, for instance, conveys individuality, originality, self-awareness, and boldness. The first house conveys approximately the same meanings. The second house corresponds to the second zodiac sign, Taurus, conveying security consciousness, adherence to a value system, and a craving for stability. The third house corresponds to the third zodiac sign, Gemini, which imparts communication skills, talkativeness, and adaptability. The pattern continues through the rest of the signs and houses. The main difference between houses and signs is that houses move with the Earth while the zodiac signs do not. As the Earth rotates on its axis, it changes the position of the houses in relation to the zodiac signs underneath. The houses can be thought of as a personalized version of the zodiac, which is superimposed over the actual zodiac. The 2 systems overlap one another, creating an ever-changing kaleidoscope of endless combinations. Houses bring a personalized dimension to the birth chart, making each chart totally unique. The placement of the houses depends on the time of day an event occurs. If this were a natal chart, for example, we would take a freeze frame of the heavens at the time of birth. In our example, this individual's midheaven is Sagittarius and the ascendant is Pisces. Because a chart can occur at any point in a 24-hour period, a house will often include portions of 2 zodiac signs. This individual's 11th house, for example, contains a portion of the sign Capricorn and a portion of the sign Aquarius.
You can see from the previous illustration that the position of the houses in one's natal chart can change dramatically based on the time of day a person is born. A difference of 1 hour, for example, would cause the Earth to rotate about 15 degrees, or half of one zodiac sign. This time interval could make a big difference in the overall layout of one's birth chart. This is why astrologers, when setting up a natal chart, are always very insistent on using the correct time of birth. I hope you've enjoyed this discussion of houses. I'm John Stevens, and thanks for watching.